gone, which is what has happened against Iona more times than not. But now it's up to the Gales to try and adapt, as they are now down a set in this best of 3.
And now when you look towards how you're going to get that variation, I'm starting to wonder where you're going to find it. Because I don't think you want to open with Pato. Pato's definitely a very clutch player. So I'm honestly thinking you don't vary the player order that all. Like you said, the punish game is where it's going to be, pushing through that defense, but they are going to vary it. It's going to be Enrique coming out to answer Trollery. If you remember, Enrique had a very strong start against Trollery, and then Trollery kind of ran away with it. So we'll see if maybe, just maybe, Enrique can clean up that gameplay and get a strong start and keep it too.
Enrique on the Terry, Trollery on the Pac-Man. It was a lot of early damage dealt to the Pac-Man, but Enrique now in the corner here, getting nared off stage, will be able to make it back. That was one of the keys too. Trollery really stole an early stock from Enrique with the wall of forward airs stringing them together across the stage and off to the side. Because Terry's recovery is rather lackluster, they just did not have it in them to get back to that ledge, and I wonder if Trollery looks for another opportunity just like that. He'll get a back throw here. Enrique goes low, and the up B fights through the down air there. The timing was pixel perfect.
Okay, fight through that hydrant. Even percents, but this is where I worry, because where does Enrique find this kill? I feel like in theory Terry has more kill power, but fishing for something like that power geyser will be punished hard. Doesn't get the conversion off of that down tilt, and because of that, Trollery is back in it, back swinging. Goes in, gets the up air as well, stacking on percent, but now Trollery falling down at the down air, 153%. This is exactly what we see Trollery doing to other players. Enrique is holding on, and I love to see it. So this might be the end right here if this edge guard goes their way. It does not, and that means Enrique has an opportunity, but they shield the Bluster Wolf.
Huge opportunities for both there. Somehow Enrique gets out of that ledge trap situation and still doesn't come up with the kill, but he might find it here. This time you won't escape the Buster Wolf. Down goes Trollery's first stock. Enrique's might be soon to follow at 170, but he won't die to the key or hydrant quite yet. Apple will cover some space as well. Trollery looking for a way to tie this without dropping too much out afterwards. Gets a forward throw, no kill throw from that position either. And here he will find a forward tilt off the roll from ledge. So Trollery unscathed on that second stock, able to tie things back up.
Ooh, and good use of the projectiles. I feel like Trollery always has the perfect amount of percent stacked onto the hydrant to get little bits of extension off of it, but now air dodge in. Enrique doesn't get punished for it, and I love how Enrique is playing so close to center, well aware of the fact that they lost a stock at 0 in crew battle 1, not able to grab them out of that power dunk. Enrique takes an early second stock. Trollery, who was a big part of Penn State Behrend's game plan last time, is on the verge of being taken down by Enrique.
Big opportunity here for Iona. Penn State does not want to give up these stocks so easily. 72% right now on Trollery. Rolls behind to get the hydrant damage. 76-72. The fight for center stage is on, but Trollery has not had too much time to charge up these fruits, and even the game plan of calling out jumps has gone awry for Trollery. Not as many opportunities. Enrique playing smarter around the outside of the stage. Won't be able to get rid of the hydrant quite yet. Gumby's on top of it. Bell catches as well. Can he get the follow-up? No. Just waiting to see what the option would be. And Power Guys are just barely unspaced and not able to connect quite yet. 123 onto Enrique. They go for Buster Wolf across, trying to catch the fade away, but not enough to track down the Pac-Man quite yet. But the hydrant will have them escape that jab combo. Apple connects, and Terry still survives.
Oh! Bounces the apple up off of the hydrant's water spout into Enrique. What a saucy little punish, and you better have a good punish here. Just a charge forward smash, nothing fancy, love to see it. Enrique takes down Trollery, which puts Penn State Behrend behind.
Iona grabbed their first lead of the day over Penn State Behrend. A one-stock lead, but a lead nonetheless. This one a lot closer between these two. No real early stocks given up by Enrique. The big factor, stock number 1, they live up to 170. They take that first stock. Stock number 2, they find a way to catch Trollery probably not DIing right. If you're going for a grab at the ledge there on that down B as it comes in, he's probably looking for a back throw and goes with the hit to fall in that second stock, and that's what gave them the lead, and they're able to hold on with that 1 stock lead now as we get ready for Penn State Behrend's counter pick.
Now, Penn State Behrend is a team that I feel has shown different clutch players every single crew battle. Like, there's never really a clear carry player, because I recall last time that, like, Trollery comes out, Trollery is the carry. Then all of a sudden, Ares is. Then all of a sudden, Cray is. At any point, any of them are capable of taking 5 to 6 stocks, and that is what worries me right here, because Trollery had their turn, Iona adapted, now who's up to the plate? My guess is that Ares drops the Donkey Kong and maybe goes to a Wario, maybe goes to a Ness. I think I've seen a Wolf from them before. A lot of different things in the pocket right there is Iona. Well, I remember saying this when Enrique was on 1 stock last time. Not a terrible place to be as Terry. A very explosive character. There is a very good chance that Enrique could do some real damage here.
Yeah, we'll have to see who Penn State opts to go with, and I agree, right? It feels like Ares is probably going to be locked into that second place just because of the number of characters that they have at their disposal. They can play that counter pick game. On the flip side, Cray, again, yeah, I like what you said. It just feels like Penn State, they don't really rely on one anchor here or there. Everyone has filled that role at some point. I'm fairly certain in the fall, or maybe it was even last season, that Trollery was the anchor. Trollery was the guy at the end of the lineup that you were going to have to break if you were to beat this squad. But here he is leading off instead, and that puts Penn State Behrend in an odd place now that they have to try and find a way to fight from behind. We see that the Ness is locked in, which signals that Ares is stepping into the ring here for player number 2 for the side of Penn State. Can they shut Enrique the Pigeon for Iona, or can they extend the lead for the Gales? We're about to find out. Stage locked in, PS2, I believe. Let's get this match underway. Oh no, Hollow Bastion got picked instead. Apologies.
Choice for me. I feel like Ares can get a lot of stage control here, some platform extensions, but also, I don't know, I feel like this also does nullify a lot of carry strength. I was thinking of, like, maybe you wanted something with a little bit shorter sides, but Ness is going to get a lot of mileage off of the fact that Terry is not that hard to edge guard, and so Ares is going to be looking to play around that a lot more. Now Enrique doesn't have a big body to combo either, and even though you might be able to damage that shield, it is going to be Ares stacking up a lot of damage.
Just an odd distance game to be played between these two. Enrique able to burst through, get a good amount of damage. It's a matchup that Enrique should also be at least weary of, or at least practiced in, with Lobondo being another substitute on the Iona Gales roster. On that Ness, it's a matchup or hitbox that they should at least be aware of, and you can kind of see that in the way they're moving a little bit. 86% right now onto Ares. Forward tilt will knock away Terry after that down B. Again, just barely unable to catch Ness. And now a grab comes through, back throw off stage. Ares will have to hold that jump and use the aerial to get back. Strong hitbox at back air will knock Terry off stage. Enrique trying to make it back. They get up B back on and go now online. An opportunity, won't be able to find it, but how do you play around this kind of burst distance now that Buster Wolf can cover most of this platform?
I think the one advantage that Enrique is going to bring here a lot is the fact that Ares can't just hold otherwise that LP will clip him just like it clips him there after that jab. Enrique already repeated exactly what they did last time, taking some serious stoppage. 60% on them. No power dunk for you. Couldn't convert. One jab, that's all you need. Unfortunately, the back throw will do it, and Ares is able to sort of even things out before Enrique was able to take that stock and keep Iona in the lead.
Once again, a very close game, but the edge, once again, this time around, goes in the Gale's favor. Enrique takes the stock, gains that advantage, so a one stock lead as Iona will now decide who to send in next. But Aries able to even things back up with that back throw. But this is what I was talking about with that explosiveness, right? Terry, a character that can blow up stocks very, very quickly. And you saw that go online, 0%. And all of a sudden, 0 became 30, 30 became 60 off of that Buster Wolf. And that is the power of the Iona lineup. One mistake, one small mix-up, and you just ate 60% for it. And eventually, Aries able to get out of that situation thanks to the back throw at the ledge. But still, these are the windows of how Iona has won this season, and now they're starting to find the gaps in those opportunities.
Yeah, and Iona, their impetus to counterpick right now, Joker and Mario. I feel like neither of those characters are someone you're like super excited to play in an S, but I feel like of the two, I would rather see a Mario. A lot of potential to mess with recovery with the Flood. I feel like Mario just has a faster recovery. I mean, specifically when you are not in tether mode, because the second you're in Arsene, Ares is going to stroll leisurely over to the ledge, hold up smash, and you are going to die. Every time. Until Arsene is gone, you will get edge guarded. So I feel like Mario with the potential to slip above the ledge, you have a frame 3 out of shield, fastest out of shield in the game, bar Game & Watch, on par with Game & Watch actually. So you're going to be able to punish a lot of this aggressive button pushing from Ares. I think Lofts would be a welcome sight for sore eyes if you are Iona.
Loss also an interesting matchup in terms of the fact that we saw numerous times Loft's game plan for breaking through neutral was to use their projectile to that advantage. Doesn't necessarily work as easily if Ares is locked in as that second player because of Ness's down B. The absorb heals back up. Now they can get punished afterward, but that's all about the spacing of Lofts in the first place. So an interesting matchup if that is locked in. Lofts has also played a couple different characters. The Mario has been the most frequent this season, but in previous seasons, there was a lot of Roy, there was a lot of Falco thrown into the mix. So maybe that on the docket, but we see them locked in here. So here we go. A one stock lead for Iona. You see the Mario on screen. It's Lofts entering the ring. Can they continue to hold this lead for Iona, or will Ares battle it all back? A one stock lead as we go back to Hollow Bastion.
Hollow Bastion, Lofts is going to be holding this center platform like their life depends on it. Like it's the only door in the middle of the iceberg. You've got to stay in the center where you can get combo extensions, where you can get the potential for edgeguard situations with a back throw. But it also opens up for Ares too. This is the problem. King of the hill.
You strung together so many up airs there to certainly get the damage onto Lofts up to 70%. They'll snap to the ledge here, and they're able to weave around. Remember, Lofts was also pretty adaptive late in that series. Didn't come to fruition against Trollery in set number 1, but that slower start starting to crumble away here. 120 right now, and Ares about to tie things back up. Lofts is able to snap back to the ledge, though. That up B able to fight through. The back air doesn't connect. He finds a down tilt, but he's unable to get the up air off the back of it. And he jumps again. Remember, Lofts got called out a couple times by Trollery for those numerous jumps. Up B from ledge will get punished, and the lingering hitbox will do the trick. It's Ares to tie the game back up.
Lofts walks head first, stomping into Ares and doesn't get the grab, and now is forced back into a zoning game. But a whiffed up air is all that Ares needs to get some very scary setups going, but can't convert that edge guard. Goes for the cape out of hit stun. Ares is not perturbed. Gets the edge guard again. The cape delay does nothing for him. Pops up again. Lofts struggling to land, and just like that, it's even percent. And now as Ares tries to get the finisher right there, it is Lofts who is just lingering on ledge for a second.
Oh, drop the shield at the wrong moment. The yo-yo swings through, and that will be stock number 2 off the board of Lofts. He's looking for a way to even it back here with that forward air. The back air will actually knock Aries off stage. Flood will force them low, and the angle gets mixed up because of it. They can't snap back to the ledge, and we're back to a tie game, 0-0. But the pressure is on here, and Aries continues to land multi-hit after multi-hit. Look at the chase down. Lofts is starting to get aggressive. He's starting to find these windows. He's starting to read the defensive movement of Aries here, but it is still tantalizingly close. 46-43. Who will find that one combo opener?
Goes for that option coverage, but Loft stays away, can't get the conversion even with the fireball landing. Goes for the hard read on forward smash, gets around the spot dodge grab, and now it's Lofts going for that landing cape again. I feel like it's happened so often, and I don't know. Aries is starting to catch on, starting to get a little bit of a reward for it every time, as just run up grab, an opportunity, raw back air. Aries pushed away from the ledge, doesn't get the forward air. Woo.
Aries is stuck off stage, flooded time and time again. Didn't have the jump and he will air dodge back. Had to make sure he didn't get caped, or that was surely the game. Now 127-73. Ness with Rage might be able to find something here, and they've got stage control, but there's just so many hitboxes being thrown out right now. Lost continues to throw out aerials, and he'll get the parry into up smash. Down goes Aries, and Lost holds the lead.
I don't even think that was a parry. Mario's up smash out of shield was just that fast, Soy. It's kind of ridiculous how fast that Italian can throw his forehead. I'm just saying. As now, well, this is the best situation Iona has been in a second. They have an opportunity. And when you look at a lot of these teams' records, it's a lot of 2-0s, 0-2s. You kind of win or you lose. If they're able to make it close here in the quarterfinals, that sets a very interesting precedent right here. However, still got to get through Cray. It's not going to be easy. Lofts, we'll see how they're able to hold on here. Otherwise, it will fall to Pato to clean up, but I don't know. I feel like there was some added adrenaline last time when Pato was in the 1v1, but in a clean 3-stock versus 3-stock against Cray, it's interesting how that could go. So Loft, you want to give your team the biggest advantage you possibly can.
Not going to be easy though, like you said. Cray entering the ring here, likely on the Joker. 1 stock of loss to deal with. It is interesting, though. Cray, from that first set, probably the player that got the least amount of time on screen there, the least amount of time, just because, hey, they only had 1 stock to deal with. So the question is, how warm are their hands as they get ready for this second crew battle? The last man to anchor of Penn State Behrend entering the ring. You see the red Joker on screen. It's Cray entering the ring, trying to seal this game out, trying to get to that last member of the Iona Gales, or will Lofts extend Iona's lead once more? We go back to PS2 for this bout.
Right, Cray, match point rests on your shoulders. You gotta be aware that if you give Iona a chance to struggle, they're not going to be too pleased about it, as throwing out the ECAC, Cray trying to play discipline, but air dodges right into the fireball, and I am scared because I've seen a lot more of Loft's combo game than I have of Cray's.
Also curious to see how much use that fireball gets, knowing that Rebel's Guard is an option to help quickly get Arsene onto the field of play, but like you said, Lofts is now kind of warmed up to the pace of play. They understand what they have to do, and they're starting to get aggressive too. Now you're starting to see the change up. Now back to that projectile game. Here's the combos. Back-to-back back airs. Cray forced way down low here. Parries as well, and they'll get the forward smash. It won't take the stock quite yet, but Cray should be able to make it back. Again, not able to quite connect, but the up smash nearly kills off the top, and now Arsene is gone. 132 onto Cray, and only 11 dealt to the stock of Lofts here. Fighting for center stage, back and forth they go, only finding shield, but the up smash is just too strong, and it knocks down stock number 1.
Lofts is going insane. I thought he was retired, but the prodigal son is out here and he's throwing hands. As right here, with the down guns, Cray is able to break that advantage for a moment, just a moment. But the landing isn't safe because the up airs just keep coming, and every time they hit, it's minimum 15%. And you know Cray is going to look for more. Only 36% right now on this Mario.
This Mario's becoming a problem now. Look at the damage difference. Only 36 dealt to Lofts since Cray entered the ring. And they're up to 84 on their second stock. And Arsene is about to disappear as well. But they've done a lot of damage now. Up to 85. Low recovery. The grapple able to sneak back. But still a dangerous spot. Neutral air to intercept. Tried to get the cape once more, but not the second time around. Side B will help rack up the damage onto the Mario. Lost dancing back and forth around the center stage. Jumping everywhere, but they will find a back air to knock Cray off stage once more. Reset for the edge guard. The up smash has done so much work, but it will only find air both times around. Another back air from center stage will knock Cray off, and these dash attacks, again, just barely off on the timing. Cray's got to be so careful. He got the drag down, but he does not get the up smash.
Loft playing at such a ridiculous tempo for someone who has been one hit from death for a minute. As Cray is holding on, going for a drag down, but Lofts knows it. They're not going to let it happen. He avoids the down guns. There's the back throw. No, it's just Lofts trying to stack up the damage. If they catch the jump with the down air, Lofts is poised to take this whole crew battle and put Iona on match point as well.
Difficult spot here. Lost is at 122, but he would love to end this thing if he can. Look at that up there, racking up the damage. Arsene about to come online in any moment now. 50% already onto Cray, but you can see the combo starters are so dangerous. They've gone for these forward airs, and they nearly found another one. Counter will knock Lofts away. 74% air dodging around here. Arsene in threat of disappearing. The jabs intercept that smash attack as well. Lofts surviving by not playing defense, but he will get countered, and even though it's all the way across the stage, it's still enough to knock down Lofts. Cray survives.
Cray stopping that was insane because Lofts was coming at him like a freight train. Do you see at the end right there? Lofts did a little backflip over the EHA and then ran straight in, dash attacked under the guns, caught them, and then got a down tilt to... I don't even know. Lofts was playing insane, but Cray knew when the scramble was happening and knew, okay, hold on. I'm losing because Lofts is pushing more buttons than me. Let's make Lofts not push buttons anymore. How'd that happen? Counter. Counter. If it didn't work once, do it a second time. It might just work that time, and it did at the very end right there, because you know every Mario main on the planet sees an opportunity for forward air, they're gonna do it. And that was Lofts' downfall.
Still a lot of momentum headed Iona's way, and now we get to see the reverse situation of what we saw from game number 1. It was a 3-1 stock lead when Cray entered. They only needed to take one stock off of Pato. Pato locked in here as that third member of Iona. This time around, they have the 3-1 stock lead. Now Cray, the question is, can they do what Pato could not in the previous series? Otherwise, Iona will push us to game 3. But now, after the play of Lofts, you got to feel like Iona, they're all in that room. They're cheering, celebrating. What a performance from Lofts to rejuvenate this squad and get them back into the series.
And now Iona is looking a lot scarier than they were game 1. The fact that Enrique took 4 stocks, Lofts took also 4 stocks, and then we see Pato, who we called the anchor. We called Mr. Consistent. This is looking like, unless Penn State pulls something out of their hat, unless Trollery pulls out another big performance, this is looking like a lot more of a winnable game. And Pato went Ken.
I'll be honest, I did not know Pato had a Ken in their kits, but we get to see it here in an interesting spot. Playoff implications on the line here. If they lose this one, get 3-stock or reverse 3-stock, they are out. It is over. Penn State will advance. So they put it all on the back of this Street Fighter.
Okay. Pato going to be playing very close to the ground. looking for opportunities to get just one jab. That's all you need. Cancels down smash into the side B, but even that little conversion is not enough, 75%, but they can follow up on the tech chase instead. It will be Pato who's put off stage. Cray tries to knock him up, knock him out, and they do get the kill up the top. Cray already up a stock.
Cray up a stock. 75% is a lot when you're trying to deal with 3 stocks, but it is still manageable here. Pato getting their stock chipped away at, hanging out underneath these platforms, does not want to take all that much damage from the guns or the side B. Wants to see the game plan coming in front of it, but the up B gets countered. The Rebels guard racking up the meter now for Arsene, but that whiff will be punished the second time around. Can't always throw out down B, and Pato will push us to set number 3.
1-1 between Iona and Penn State Behrend, and very well earned at that. Ironically, I was talking about how good Iona looked, but it's the same scoreline. 2 stocks remaining from Iona, just as it was 2 stocks remaining from Penn State Behrend. This is anyone's game, Soy. This is anyone's game right here. And I mean, if the scales tip the other way, it's Penn State Behrend. You would think that, like, oh, now it's their turn to adapt, but I don't know. Iona was playing with fire at the end.